Good morning to everyone. Today I'm talking about the object-oriented programming using Java. Okay, this paper is belongs to second BSc third semester computer science only. Okay, paper title is object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming using Java. Okay, what is object-oriented programming? What is Java? I was discussed in previous classes. You have to watch that YouTube channel. Today I'm talking about the features of Java. Okay, what is features of Java? Features is nothing but buzzwords. Okay, buzzwords or features. Both are same. Okay, the features contains 13 points. Okay, 13 points. Namely, I was discussed in previous classes some of the points like Java is simple, Java is a platform independent, Java is a architectural neutral, Java is a portable. Okay, so 4 points I was discussed in previous class. Today I am talking about the fifth point that is called multi-threading topic. So this class is I was talking about. I would like to talk about the fifth point that is called multi-threading. Totally, we have 13 points are available. So 6 point is networked. What is networked? I will tell you. 7th is distributed. 8th is robust. Okay. Today I'm talking about these 4 points. The first is what is multi-threading. Okay. So multi-thread means what? Multi-thread means many things within a single name. That is called multi-threading. Okay. So at same time we can perform a different actions. That is called multi-threading. Okay. Multi-threading means what? Whenever the student is sitting in the classroom, he is listening SAR class and seeing outsides and writing something. Okay, and thinking something. Okay, these four actions are can be performed at same level. That is called multi-threading. Okay, so multitasker. I am not a multitasker. I am a multitasker. If I am multitasker, I can do many things within a single time. Okay, for example, here I am writing and explaining. I am standing. Okay, I am watching. So these operations can be performed at same level. That is called multi-threading. Same Java can perform multi actions at same level. Java can perform multi-threading programs at same level. Okay, what is thread here? Thread means the flow of execution. That means what? Flow of execution. Flow of execution means what? Student. Here is the teacher and there is the students, and teacher can explain lesson and the students are listening. They are going to listening and writing. They are writing, seeing outside. Is it possible or not? Seeing outside. Yes, possible. There is possible. Why? Why? Because you are human beings. That's why seeing outside. Thinking, thinking. What happened here? What happened at home? What happened at the center? What happened in next class? So thinking. Next, another one. The biggest one is sleeping. Sleeping. After lunch, many people are doing sleeping mode, but they are acting like this: writing, listening, seeing outside, thinking, and also sleeping. Is it possible? These four actions can be performed what one class, that is not Java class. Okay, I'm damn sure I will tell you because of the I will if anyone is disturbed, I will ask a question to the student. The whose people are disturbed. That's why nobody can disturb in my class. Okay, it's not boasting. It's real. Okay, so these four actions can be performed at a single level. That is called multi-threading. That is called Multi-threading. So here thread means what? Thread is a flow of execution. Flow of execution. Execution means what? Listening is one of the execution, and writing is one of the execution. Seeing is one of the execution. Next, thinking is one of the execution. Sleeping is one of the execution. These all are executions are executes at same time. That is called multi-threading. So Java executes multi-threading. Okay. In C programming language, if you want to write a C program, compile the first program. Before compile the program, you have to save that program. You have to save that program. After that, you have to compile the program, and after that, you have to see the results. Okay, if any modification is occurred, you have to correct the errors and debug the program, and again compile the errors and again watching the results. Okay, this is possible. Okay, so in C programming language, a systematic manner is there. First of all, writing program, save the program, compile the program. If any errors, modification is there, and modify the errors and see the results. Okay, but in Java program, first of all, you have to write some program, save it and close it, and again going to do some work and come to again and write open the same program and writing again the program. Okay, after that you have to execute the program, compile the program. Okay, then close the program and again do the some work and again come to that program, again open the program and again to open, compile. No need to compile, no need to save. Why? Because we are already saved and compile that program. You have to run the program. Okay, so that means same programs are executed simultaneously. Okay, that means whenever you open the C program, no programs are opened at the time of writing programs. If you are writing a programs, automatically the screen will be disappear. Okay, but in Java program, you are writing a program at where at Notepad. Okay, you are writing a program at Notepad. But C programming language, we have to write at Turbo C2 editor. That is called blue screen. Blue screen. Okay, there is a working only keyboard only, no working mouse. Okay, but in Notepad, mouse is also working, printer is also working, keyboard is also working, and minimize the programs. Okay, whatever it may be. Okay, these facilities are available only in Java program. Why? Because why is Java is a high level programming language developed by James Gosling in the year 1991. Okay, but C is developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1972. But C is not a high level programming language. It is a middle level programming language. Why it is middle level language? Why it is a middle level programming language? Why? Because it cannot able to solve 100% problems in the industry, C language. But whereas Java can solve 100% problems in the industry and provide a security without writing any extra program in Java. Suppose I want to provide a security in C programming language, I have to write two programs, one for program, another for security. Then the security is provided. Okay, so in C programming language, security is also provided and also program is provided, but two programs we have to write two programs. Okay, time taken is very increased, but Java we have to write only single program, no need to write any extra program for security code. Hence the time complexity is decreased, program length is also decreased. Okay, time complexity is also decreased, program executes efficiently and effectively. But C is not, C has no chance, C has no chance to do that work. Okay, so in the multi-threading, a number of law of execution executes at the same time, that is called multi-threading. Multi-threading means, thread means what? A flow of execution, either once listening or writing, seeing outside, thinking, sleeping. Okay, these are the flow of executions. So there is a number of flow of execution, hence it is called multi-threading. Thread means single flow of execution, that is only listening, that is single execution. Writing is also chance, to listening and writing is a chance. Yes, it is chance. So this is the best example for multi-threading class. Okay, in Java programming language, we have to write some program, automatically it minimizes and going to do some another work, and again it comes to this Java program and do some extra work, do some remaining part. Okay, in C programming there is a no chance to write once at a different operations to perform a different operation, but Java can perform different operation at same time. That is called multi-threading concept. Okay, so this is the most beautiful concept in the Java. So hence it is the most high level programming language comparatively remaining programs. Java is always evergreen. Java is always evergreen. Why? Because you have mobiles. That mobiles contain some apps. So many apps are developed by Java. So many apps are developed by Java. For example, have you seen Java logo? Java logo is a like this. So this is the cup and this is the saucer. Okay. So this is the logo for Java. Okay. So this is the actually what is Java? Java is a coffee seed name. So in that cup you have some coffee. Okay. That coffee seed name is Java. Okay. I will tell you what is the description of the what is the story of the what is the story behind Java and Go. Okay. I will tell you later. Okay. So this is the app. Have you seen this logo? Especially in internet, many internets, so many apps are developed by Java. So Java is always evergreen. If you want to learn Java, it's good for your programming. Okay. Next, what is network? Network means what? Network means what? Connection is called network. Okay, connection means what? There is a computer, there is another computer. Okay, so both are performed differently. So there is no connection between these two. Hence, there is no connection between these two. Can I send a file to this computer without connection? No, there is no chance. Okay. If I have connection between these two, okay, then I can send file to this computer, and and also this computer can be send file to this computer. So this computer send files and receive files. This computer is also send files, receive computer using wire. That is called network. Okay. So sometimes we are using wire or wireless. Wire or wireless. Okay. Then without wire we can also sending files and receiving files. So simply best example is the mobile. Mobile contain internet facilities also. Mobile contain internet facility. So without wire, with wire, without wire. So I can send files to where a person, next person, or servers or recipients, whatever it may be. You can also receive some files from different peoples or different machines or different institutions using network. Okay, so this network is a centralized network. Centralized means what? So, for example, I have server S1, S2 server, S3 server. Okay, these are the servers. These are the servers. I have clients from C1. What is client? What is server? And so on up to CM. Okay, let us assume that. Okay, so this connection, if I have only one server, these all clients are connected to the only one server. Okay, if I have more servers, these all clients are connected to the all servers. Okay, so here the clients, here the server. So what is server? What is client? I will tell you. Client is always depends upon the server. Okay, client is always make request to server to get response. Okay. Next, what is server? Server is always taking request from client and process the client request and respond to client request. That is for server. Server is one of the program. Client is also one of the program. Server is independent. Server is also always independent. The best example is I am the server, you are the clients. Okay. Do you know Java? Do you know Java? You don't know Java, but I know Java. So I am the client, I am the server, you are the clients. Client is always depends upon the server to get response. Okay, and client is always send make request to server to get response, to need answer. They are asking some question to me. I will ask and process the client request, whatever it may be. I will teach you what is the question and respond your question. Okay, so I am not depend upon you, but you are depend upon the class teacher. Why? Because you are learning subject. Okay, I am also one of the client at one time, but now I am the server. This is the best example. Okay, the computer can have internet facility. Internet facility, that is it is the client. Google is there. Do you know Google? www.google.com. It is the one of the server. The Google server have many things, many forms, many information, large volume of information stored at where Google. So if you don't know what is Java, you have to write or type the text into the computer, in a computer, and ask what is computer, what is the history of Java, type it, and respond the server and giving the answer to you based on the internet facility. That is called network facility. Okay, so Java can have networked database. Network database. Why? Because Java is a internet software. Actually, how many types of Java softwares? How many types of softwares? There is a two types of softwares are available in the industry, namely system software and application software. But here another one is available, that is called Java is a internet software. Java is a internet software. Why it is internet software? Because it contains clients and server requests. Because it contains clients and servers. So hence it is the what? It is a network database, or Java is a internet software. Okay, for what it contains? It contains a centralized network. Okay, if I have only one computer, only one server, I have number of clients. Okay, it make request to S1 and process the client request, and taking second student, for example second student take request and process the student request, and taking third student request and taking the process and process the request and respond to the client. In taking number of clients are occurred, but server is one. Okay, if you have many doubts, but I am only single here, but I am not able to solve your all doubts at same time. Is it? Okay, there is a number of people are there. Those people are belongs to the computer science. If you have any doubts, please ask me them. There is a four members are there. There is a computer science faculty, four members are there. If you have any doubts, please ask me, or next person who is the free person. Who is the free person? You have to ask them and solve the problem. Is it good way or bad way? Is it good way? Same way, Java can have network database, that is called centralized network. There is a number of servers are available, so client will request me to server to get response. But CN is called client CN. The number of the last number of the client is making request to, it asks, it is always busy with C1, and second S2 is always checking with the S2, is also busy with C2, and checking with the S3 is always busy with C3. Then S1 is solved the problem and S1 is respond to the C1 and the connection is disconnected. Hence it is free. Then it asks to the this computer and solve the problem. Okay, so Java is a centralized network. Okay, if you have decentralized means there is a one server and number of clients. and so on. And these all kinds of request to whom? S1. Okay, S1 is very disturbed, very tired. Sometimes we are called it as a server is very slow, server busy. Getting problem? Have you getting any problem? Server busy, server busy. Okay, server is busy. Whenever the server busy, server is only one. The number of client request makes many things. Many client requests make one time, but the server is very busy. Okay, why? Because there is a one server. There is a number of servers are available. You have to check your results. Okay, whenever results are available in the intermediate second years or degree. Okay, why you are going to use a different sites are available. Manabadi.com, google.com, schools9.com, adikavinanauniversity.info.com. Okay, you have to search whatever it may be. That result should be same. Okay, if you providing only one server, that server is always busy. Why? Because the number of clients make request but one time, only server is one, hence the problem is occurred. Okay, for example, I have only one server. These clients are make request to server. Okay, S1 is busy with C1, C2, C3, whatever it may be, C for C for C6, C7, C10. Yeah, they are waiting. They are waiting. This is the scene n. For example, it contains number 10 lakhs. It contains number 10 lakhs. And it is waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. At one state, it will be the connection will be cut, disconnect. That is called deadlock state. That is called deadlock state. Okay. Okay. Here, so hence this problem is overcome by using centralized network. So providing more servers. So not only S1, S2, S3, more servers, providing more servers, and there is a no deadlock state is occur in Java program because more servers are available in the Java. Okay, why? Because Java is a decentralized network. Decentralized network means containing many servers, not for single server. Okay, so next distributed. Distributed means what? Distributed means sharing the data. Distribute, sharing the data. How will share the data? I will tell you. So Java is a internet software, so it can distribute the applications as locally or globally. Okay, Java is what? Java is a high-level programming language developed by James Gosling. For whom? For what? For developing distributed applications. Distributed application means what? Distributed application means what? To share the data across the globe. Across the globe. Globe means what? Universal. We can share the data using internet across the globe or not. Is it right or wrong? Is it right? Why? Because we have internet facility. If we have no internet facility, we should not share the data. We should not share the across the globe. We can share the data only locally. Okay, locally we can share the data. Same way, distributed means we can share the data across the globe. Why? Because Java is a internet software. Hence, we can distribute the applications across the globe. Okay, Java can perform where Java can write a program where on the browsers, whatever the browsers. Okay, browsers, Google Chrome, UC browsers, Mozilla Firefox. These are the browsers. Okay, these results are shareable across the globe. These results can be shareable either local or global. Whatever you need to share the data. Okay, so Java is a distributed applications. Java is developed for distributed applications, not for local variables, not for local applications. Okay, next robust. Robust means strong. In generally, robust means strong. Okay, so what is why Java is robust language? Okay, why Java is robust language? Because of there is a chance in C programming language, in Java programming language, in any programming language, errors are how many types of errors? How many types of errors? there is a two types of errors are possible. That is called compile time error. Another one is runtime error. Okay. So errors are how many types of errors? There is a two errors. One is compile time error. Another one is runtime errors. Runtime errors. Okay. So what is compile time error? What is runtime error? I will tell you. So compile time error is a error. Compile time error is a error which can occur while we are entering a syntax, misplacing syntax rules. Misplacing syntax rules. So this error is occurred at the time of compile time. Okay. Alt C to control the program C. Okay. In Java C to run compile the program. Okay. In C programming language, you have to compile the program by using Alt C or Alt F9. Okay. So then the program will be compiled and it's showing errors. Okay. If the program contains zero errors, the program is executed successfully. If the program contains some errors, the program does not execute successfully. Okay. So whenever compile time error occur, whenever the compile time error is occurred, when we are missing semicolon, commas, single quotes, double quotes, misplacing coding. Okay, so compile time errors are always missing, comma, dot, single quote, double quotes, semicolon, left parenthesis, right parenthesis, and so on. These are also known as syntax rules. What is that? Syntax rules. These are all always known as this. These all belongs to syntax rules. Okay. So compile time error whenever it is occurred when we are missing syntax rules, automatically the compile time error will be occurred. Okay. So these errors are like this: missing semicolon, line number 22, missing comma, missing double quotes, missing left parenthesis, missing right parenthesis, and so on. It is written by in simple English, so hence the user can understand it very easily. Why? Because these errors are can be written in the simple English, that means user friendly English, so user can easily understand that error. Okay, coming to runtime errors. Runtime error when it is occurred, runtime error is occurred while we are entering invalid inputs. While we are entering invalid inputs. Invalid inputs means what? Invalid inputs. Okay, for example, I have taken some C is equal to A plus B. I am doing this program. Okay, I have two values. I need two values. Okay, so I am giving A value is 10, B value is 20. Hence the result is 30. There is no chance to entering runtime error. 30. Answer is right or wrong? Answer is very right, very clearly. Okay, why? Because I'm giving A is equal to 10 value, B is equal to 20 value. Okay, then hence the result is 30. There is a no chance of occurring runtime errors. Runtime errors when it occurred when we are entering invalid inputs. Invalid inputs means, for example, same program I'm doing like the second time. A is equal to 100, B is equal to 1000 A. What is the answer? What is the answer? C formula is equal to C is equal to A plus B and giving A is equal to 10, B is equal to 100 A. Then what is the result? There is no chance to getting answer. Why? Because the answer is 100 plus 100 A. Is it right answer? It is wrong answer. Why? Because I am giving invalid inputs. That means the wrong inputs. Okay, you are giving valid inputs, you are getting valid output. You are giving invalid input, you are getting also invalid output. Okay, this type of errors is also known as the runtime errors. Runtime errors are occurred while we are entering invalid inputs. Whenever giving wrong values, automatically program will be wrong. Next, another one, for example, C is equal to A by B. Okay, so I am giving A is equal to 10, B is equal to 2. Result is 5. Okay, there is no problem. So next, I am giving next says A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. Then the result is what? A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. Numerator is 10, denominator is 0. It is undependent. Anything by 0 is undependent. Okay, so in that situation, we are getting runtime errors. Okay, runtime errors are not understood by the user. Why? Because these errors can be written in the system based language. System language what? Binary language. That means 1 comma zeros. So no one can understand this language, these problems. Okay, but compile time errors can be written in the simple English, so every user can understand this. But runtime errors can be written in the system based language, so normal user cannot understand that error. But there is a topic in the OOP principles that is called exception handling concept. Okay, if you know exception handling, you have to modifying these errors also. Okay, exception handling, what it does, it converts the runtime errors into simple English, because the runtime errors are written in the system based language. Okay, system based language is written by, is understand by only system only, not for the users. Okay, so exception handling is converting system based language into user friendly language, that is called simple English. Okay, so here I'm asking, don't enter for denominator for 0. Okay, it tells about you what it does. Don't enter denominator 0. Okay, I can understand the situation. I'm not entering the this 0. I'm entering 10. Then the result is 1. Okay, in the same way, here is also same way. Don't enter integer value. Enter only integer value, not for character values. But here I'm trying to enter what it does. This is a character, so this is the character value, so don't enter character value for integer variable. Okay, if it is integer value, you have to enter only integer value. Okay, if it is character value, you have to enter only character value, not for this. Okay, but a runtime error, that means a runtime error can be solved by Java using exception handling very easily, very effectively, very efficiently. Okay, but C language does not contain any exception handling concept. C language does not have any exception handling concept. Why? Because it is a POP programming, it is a O programming. Okay, so these are the features of Java. So in further class I will tell you the remaining parts, that is called dynamic, high performance, secured and OOP. Okay, I hope you everyone understand this lesson. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, thank you.